another edition of XFeed. My name is The Schiller. Today, we have to talk about how I am turning into a normie. But doing the podcast, again, it's down in the description below, RWA segments, getting to talk with everybody about collecting. And I had a fantastic conversation with Mr. Jake Plonskier, who's tokenizing watches. It's all about luxury watches. And you kind of forget sometimes when you get lost in the Web3 realm what it's like just to be kind of a collector of things that aren't only digital. And I got into that. But guys, look at the Pokemon packs. I'm debating if I go into some of the physicals. They got the first editions. We got a couple of orders up in there, and it's I bought a first edition Mr. Mime for like $15. Half of the stuff is super cheap. But anyway, all I'm trying to highlight is sometimes we get lost in our way within Web3, and you got to find the things that bring you passion, excitement, and joy. And then you'll go and be like, oh my God, there's pricing on these things. Do we get the higher grade? Do we get the ungraded? How many different cases do we need to buy? It's incredible. Now, as I was talking about the watches, this is kind of my first purchase, I guess, within a luxury watch. It was $143, and there is these vaults, and essentially it is a way to share ownership in a different way and have luxury or non-luxury items. So taking a stab at getting one of these, a couple of them have sold since. We'll see what it's like, and it's, intended to follow the price of the watch. But in theory, if you genuinely want to get this watch, if you were to purchase this outright, the segment team ended up purchasing it, and it was like the watch itself is like $9,000. But if you were to buy all the keys, it'd break down to like $6,000. So theoretically, it's a $3,000 difference. But do people want to take the risk with the blockchain space? That is the question. Now, the meme coin space is a whole nother ballgame. It's, ladies and gentlemen, it is a whole nother ballgame. Apparently, Izzy Exalia, if you remember the artist, got into the space. She launched this token called Mother. For anybody that's a Swiftie, you might think that that's supposed to be for Taylor Swift. Apparently, it's this, but they turned $861 into $657,000. So you'll wonder why meme coins are getting such attention. Well, headlines like this are unbelievable. Now, something that's talked about a fair bit is supply and demand of things. And with talking about the real life trading cards, as I'm getting into Pokemon a little bit here, I'm getting, the normie mindset. Interesting tweet here from The Reg. Hot take, NFL All Day and NBA Top Shot should stop releasing all common and uncommon moments. Unless they're debuts, all moments released from now on should be at least the rare tier. Let's stop pretending people want out of 5,000 moments. Now, the conversation can kind of go the same way if you think of booster boxes for cards. In Magic the Gathering, they have a whole bunch of extra land cards, and unless it's your first box ever buying and you don't have any energy, most people don't care about that unless it's kind of a cool foil, or same for energy within Pokemon. And so when you look at these moments being out of 5,000, okay, maybe there's a way that you can take out the bulk that people might not know and try to be very specific what people are paying for. On the flip side of it, you know exactly how much there is of something. So if I go out and I buy a specific card on the market, traditionally, we have absolutely no idea how many of them are out there in a wild. Just the open market kind of makes a price and we follow suit with it. But with having that transparency where we know, I think that makes the system just that much better. We like transparency. We want to know the accurate. We're fine with paying the price, but we want to make sure that we're paying the good price. Kind of crazy happening here within Tyler One, who's a League of Legends player, getting into the AI space. This is him coaching you in a game.
Sup, welcome to Backseat AI, your new in-game buddy. All right, gang, lock in. Let's fucking do this.
All right, I forgot that it's a war on that. Sorry if anybody's with kids, but it's a content creator that's done AI to be over a game. And I thought that was clever. But how often are we going to see AI out here? So I was at Walmart today, looking at Pokemon cards, of course. Didn't end up buying anything. However, there was a machine that was clearing the floor that was automatic. There's like a self-driving car going up and down the aisles. And then I see this, and man, oh man, the AI wave is hitting, and it's hitting fast. So a quick little comment here regarding some of the League of Legends skins, which are, the Web 2 version of what everybody within Web3 says, oh, yeah, we want to have value within our skins. People are going to care about them, yada, yada, yada. So Wolverine says regarding the very, very expensive League of Legends Hall of Fame skins that were announced. They have different price tiers with it, but they said this pricing is done well. People are just in a gaming bubble. Exclusivity and pricing is necessary and beneficial. Things are less valuable when everyone can get them. Start a fashion brand and price at 10% above cost. See who wants your clothes. Actually, kind of a good point within here. Makes you think, all right, we have these floor things, but the grails, they gotta be grails. You know what I mean? And there is a lot of FUD. If you look at anyone that's talking about this right now, even Garga retweeted a post regarding it. So it's definitely made its rounds because, again, the signature bundle, $400 US. People say that NFTs are expensive. Unbelievable. Okay, so I'm trying to fully get the grasp of this story. And I think what happened is that Artifact had these shoes that were previously collector only, token gated, if you will. And now they're doing a mass production of them on the sneakers app, and it's exactly the same. Or it's potentially a slight little different variation for this. So we have the complaints that people have saying, oh, this wasn't actually exclusive for people. That was the value from it. Now you're kind of diluting that brand. Now there's part of it that's like, okay, cool. If you can reach out to the masses and you have something that people really, really want, and you have that story with it, okay. But again, people are looking for that value, that flippability with things. And this is apparently what else is to come. And again, I haven't verified all of this yet because I just don't really follow Artifact, but it looks like there's some different colorways. And the reason that I'm sort of familiar with what's going on with this is because for the Gutter Cat Gang, they sold a shoe that was partnered with LaMelo. And then LaMelo basically immediately launched another shoe that was just a slightly different color variant for that and looks exactly the same. But one of them was token gated, one of them wasn't. Is that a problem they look so similar? I don't know. But speaking of celebrities, Soulja Boy and everyone else, as we talked about, Iggy Azalea too, are trying to launch a meme coin, and people are paying attention to this. You got Zach XBT out on the timeline trying to let people know this is dangerous. And then also community noted, beware of Soulja Boy, says X. Holy guacamole. MasterCard launches crypto credential, allowing users to send or receive crypto using a username instead of a wallet address. You know, when we ever have these big payment processors and things that everybody loves and they're doing great things for crypto, just puts a great little smile on my face, to be honest. But very cool to see in that. LG Doucette highlighting a crazy tweet that he had back in August 10th of 2022. You guys, if you're not sitting down, oh my goodness. So the VC cash raised by NFT companies from the highest to lowest. So at $680 million is So Rare, 675 mil Animoca Brands, 608 million Dapper Labs, 452 million Polygon, 450 million Yuga Labs, 427 million to OpenSea. And there's a whole bunch more on there with Magic Eden at 160, Pixel Vault at 100 mil, and in the middle there, you might be familiar with Immutable at 280, and that's kind of right in the middle of all these massive ones. But the top three, So Rare, Animoca Brands, and Dapper Labs, all over 600 million, with Animoca and So Rare really closer to 700 million. And thinking about a mass amount of money that is absolutely insane that we don't have all of those all over our timeline 24/7. We got banners everywhere. We're renting out Times Square 24/7. Oh my goodness, $680 million is insane. Now, Ripple wasn't on that chart, but they did donate $25 million to Pro Crypto Political Committee Fairshake. Apparently, we're having a whole bunch of things on the daily regarding politics. Apparently, some big presidential candidates today looking for some crypto advisors and ways to help with the regulation of things. Very interesting to see those headlines popping up. Another one being healthcare tech company shares surged 27% after announcing plans to buy Bitcoin with cash reserves. So the question with this is, okay, is it just because this company is buying Bitcoin, or is it specifically because it's a healthcare tech company that might be looking to do something in crypto? And this is a headline that helps getting people to look at that for the first time. Maybe we'll jump into this one tomorrow. MoonPay launches new Web3 tool platform for brands venturing into crypto. Talk about it all the time. The amount of brands coming into the space. Yatsui the other day from Animoca Brands talking about how there's going to be kind of a disdain for some of the major brands that came into the space before that didn't really do anything, that might launch something later, kind of like Pepsi. If you remember those microphone stands, I like using that as a reference because I think a lot of people were around for that. But these big brands, they're going to be needing ways to get onboarded, and there is a lot of companies out there creating the toolings for them to succeed. Bear Snake here with some consensus panel, which is kind of neat. On one of the stages here, highlighting Forgotten Runes. Really cool kind of to see the game on like a full display here, their comics, and it, real life experiences. It definitely adds to the aura of things. Of course, I'm Mr. Staycation over here, but it does, warm my heart to see all the fun things that people are doing in person. And coming through with that 5 months primer, prime rib, it's Young Algae. What's going on, bro? I did not know your future score was that high. That is unbelievable. But listen, all that matters, we think it's future score, it's actually Pokemon cards. Respect. You know what I mean? Yes, I did grab a pork jack. I think I'm like 520. Those things have been flying, which is crazy. Okay, so some old-fashioned news here a little bit. Ballers was acquired, says LG Doucette, and if you're not familiar with the Ballers brand, it was one of the first collections on Flow, and the interesting component to it is the fact that it was just something that really took off. At the same time that people were having fun with Top Shot and expanding over to Ethereum NFTs, obviously Bored Apes, Zedrun got a lot of attention, Gutter Cat Gang in the early days, and Flow, there wasn't too many collections that were, I suppose, traditional NFT ones at the time, and Ballers was one where people could connect with, and it was really a digital identity for them. And it seems that the collection itself kind of had the founders that weren't really wanting to do with anything, kind of launched the collection and is what it is. But it sounded like there was a little bit of a fallout where they were trying to get the collection back. Somehow that is the case. And now they're ready to rock and roll. And so if you see the Ballers, typically that means they are a basketball fan, potentially NBA Top Shot fan in specific. But really cool. Again, 29,000 followers, which is absolutely insane. But them posting saying, hold on, this was May. Where's the announcement? Here we go. Hello, everyone. We're excited to officially announce an ownership change over here at Baldur's NFT. This is now a community-owned and run project, and we are looking forward to a new, bright future for what we feel is the best NFT project out there. Let's go. Yo, let's go. And CoffeeZilla also jumping in here on the questionable happenings within the meme coin space, saying all these celebrities jumping into crypto for quick crash grabs are pathetic. It's the same grift, same scam, same story as last cycle, just new bag holders. And do you guys remember? I got to bring this up right quick. Ignore the starting soon screen. I don't have like a passive thing on the side. You're gonna absolutely love this one if you were around. Oh my god, did they take it down? Oh no, they didn't. Okay, this is gonna be great. Wrong one. Floyd's World. This thing was hysterical. So they used the same artist from Bulls on the Block. Okay, and Bulls on the Block had this YouTube video that went out, and it was the founder who was some guy saying, I'm the artist. The person that's been talking on the accounts is another person that's my manager. And so they were saying it was two people. I don't know why it was a big deal at the time. I think these things were going for like a pretty penny. Yeah, like all the way up to like point 0.1, 0.07. Again, these were kind of like early days, 0.04. It had a little bit of a resurgence at a point 0.2 at 0.09. And so the artist ended up helping out. And as you can kind of see between the two of these here, if you look really closely, it's, you can kind of tell that it's done by the same artist, just a little bit of a different style. Supposed to have gloves, supposed to have all these other things. And not much really came to fruition. I remember they were arguing on a Twitter space, and one of the manager's handlers comes on and says, "Hey guys, so yeah, Floyd's on a jet right now and can't come." And this is after them talking for like 30 minutes to an hour, saying that Floyd loves his fans, he's going to be here, it's going to be great. And I got suckered into joining that space. And listen, I think I even talked on that space to jump on, and the artist name was Rui Duarte. It's coming back to me now. Takes a little bit. Rui Duarte. Guy, crazy story. So anyway, they tried to do like a second mint, and that ended up completely failing, and we haven't heard anything about Floyd Mayweather in the space since then. However, as a reminder as well, on those early days, one of the big things with NFTs was the recognition that this was for access. If you pay a little bit more, it's fine. You can have the VIP experience. You can have the personal calls. Big thing with Gary V's V-Friends, if you wanted to have a call with him, that was something that people did a lot as well. And so different celebrities found that as an opportunity. And we've mentioned before with NBA Top Shot, even Terry Rozier going out on the timeline saying, "Hey, if you gift me a rare moment of myself, I will send you a signed basketball, a signed jersey." And some of these moments were going for like 700, or sorry, not 700, like multiple hundreds of dollars that were, way more valuable, are subjectively more valuable than a Terry Rozier signed jersey. And it's just funny to think about what it was in some of those early days and going through that. Because I mean, even now, like if you go to OpenSea, is there anything that like comes out as a surprise here? So Pixelmon Generation 1, those things are up by near an ETH. Cyberkong VX up 0.12. Mutant Apes still holding around the 2 ETH range. Wolf Game again got a ton of attention as of late. Still waiting to see what's going on with the artifact. Animus Eggs. Small Bros and Loud Punex. So this is an interesting one that I actually have an interview with an Algae. I'm not sure, you've probably gone to one of these things. I like watching them on Twitch when when they're for free, you know what I mean? But going to like those concerts just wouldn't be my cup of tea. But what Loud Punex is the lifetime passes for Rolling Loud, and I guess that's just what they called this collection. Now, you again, this is kind of the argument of, does the art make the utility of the NFT, or is the utility of the NFT what makes the art? You know what I mean? Because again, subjective, but cool to have kind of these VIP tickets. And they're one of the brands that came into the space early and done something really, really cool. And I do have a full interview with the founder on my YouTube channel. It goes back a while. I want to say this was like almost 2 years ago that we did it. And it's exciting because these things like came out at like an ETH at the time, I believe. And you would have gotten, I mean, by this time, several concerts, so you're still rocking and rolling. But I mean, the whole lifetime access, you think, get McDonald's for life, get gas for life, Pizza Hut for life. Saw somebody on TikTok with that. Unbelievable. But you can buy it. You don't have to win it. You can just buy it. That's what makes things great in this day and age. But final thing as we're wrapping up here, I really want to like stress, I am having a blast trying to look at Pokemon cards, figuring out kind of the collectible side of things. Again, been so focused on the Web3 side of things, you forget what it's like just to kind of sit back and enjoy something, have a hobby that is kind of different, because it feels that the Web3 space is always supercharged. And if you're not doing something 24/7, then you just you get lost in space. But I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are too. I appreciate you guys coming through for this X feed, of course.